The inflation report just came out for March, and it smashed all records. Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out. You need to prepare right now.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Help me fight the evil YouTube algorithms of the folks that don't want you to know the truth and how to be prepared. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in some of the craziest times. And I wish I called this a long time ago, and I wish I was wrong, and I said it back then because I said if I'm right, a lot of people are going to get hurt. I wish I was wrong about gold and silver because if I was right, a lot of people were going to get hurt. When I first warned you of the coming rampant inflation, it was August of 2020 when the inflation hit 1.4%. So it hit a total of 1.4% month over month, okay? I made a series of videos since then all the way until about a month or two ago, continuing to warn you about the raging, rampant inflation increase. And this last month, in March of 2022, this year, the inflation rate rose by another 1.4% to 8.5%. This is the fastest growth in inflation since March of 1981. Now, let me put this in perspective. When I first warned you, the inflation rate the total inflation was 1.4%. Okay? This month, it rose by 1.4%. So it rose the entire amount that first alerted me back in August. So it rose by another 1.4% to 8.5%. Inflation is rising and pay is not. Have you been getting pay increases? What is it, 25 cents, 35 cents, a percent, 2%? Imagine if you got an 8% raise. You'd be very happy. Nobody's getting that. Pay is not pacing with inflation, which means more and more people are going to continue to get hurt, get exposed, and be destroyed. Now, you may be just fine. You may be prepared. You may have done everything you were supposed to do. But what happens when thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of people didn't prepare? Think about that. What happens then? What happens to societies? Look on the global instability going on around the world. People are upset. There's revolutions. There's war. There's riots. Remember the whole Arab Spring? There was a big study done about that was actually pretty good. That was talking about when the food increase gets to a certain percentage, and Mike Maloney, Hidden Secrets of Money, covered this as well, it usually results in a revolution. We'll visit that back in a second. But what I can tell you is inflation is not only a problem in the United States, it is surging globally in all commodities. As of today, April 12th, the day that this inflation report was released, called the CPI, okay? Today, regular gas is an average across the United States of $4.09. I have family in California. Some places there it's over $7 and $8. I can tell you I'm paying close to $5 a gallon. Diesel is $5.03 a gallon. Back before all this madness, and remember, gas prices and inflation were a big problem even before the instability in Russia, but that's what it's being blamed on now. But Russia didn't help. Don't get me wrong. Ukraine didn't help. Okay, that did definitely impact it and make it worse, but it was already a problem. But big rig trucks now cost well over $1,000 to fill. They used to be around 500, 600. Who's going to pay that cost? You're going to pay that cost. Have you been to the supermarket lately? The costs are always passed on to the consumer in addition to inflation. So not only is inflation 8.5% month over month, okay, but your prices are getting even higher on food and other commodities because of the increased operating costs it's taken for the company to get that product from point A to point B. Now, when talking about food prices in Ukraine, something you need to understand. Ukraine has the most arable, which means farmable land, in all of Europe, okay? Also, Russia, they have a big export of wheat, but primarily it's in Ukraine. And the majority, a big part of that has been absolutely disrupted. I have a friend who works in high levels of the industry with corn and foods and grain and stuff. And he even told me his personal opinion is it's only going to get worse. It's only going to be magnified. And we, ladies and gentlemen, need to be prepared. Turn on the news. Russia and Japan are having arguments over undisputed islands, or disputed islands, Russia and Japan. China is having issues in the South China Sea with the Philippines, the United States taking over more and more islands. There's instability in many African countries. There's revolutions going on. There's coups d'etats. There's a lot of stuff going on, folks, that you don't know about. And this is global instability. Also, the Federal Reserve made it public. And whatever happened to transitory inflation, guys, right? Whatever happened to that? Well, the Federal Reserve made public that they're going to be increasing interest rates significantly this year. That affects housing costs, that affects loans, that affects the entire market. But I'm not buying a house. I'm not doing any of that. It doesn't affect me. Ladies and gentlemen, it still affects you. So we're probably going to see a 25 basis or 50 basis point increase in the interest rate here in the next month, maybe a little bit longer, and significant amounts continue to hikes over this year. I believe that's going to lead to a pop in the housing market bubble. We all know it's in a bubble right now. Prices have gone parabolic. People's emotions, FOMO, fear of missing out. I believe interest rate hike with inflation, everything else is going to smash those down. A lot of people are going to get hurt on that. There is going to be blood on the street, okay? Globalism. And we have a globalized global community, which means we're interconnected, which means this entity relies on that entity for food, and this one for that one for rubber, and this one for that one for microprocessing chips or whatever it is. Globalism means that we're all interconnected, which means very few countries are self-sufficient, which means as countries fail, as governments fail, as problems arise, it causes disaster for everybody. What do you need to do? This is not all doom and gloom. You need to be prepared. Be prepared. You need to have food, and I'm not just talking emergency food, but you need to have food in your cupboards that can last you a month or two if prices just go parabolic or if there's breakdowns in the supply chain. Look back to hashtag bear flu, which is COVID-19, for all those who weren't here, those discussions. And don't forget, I warned you guys the whole time before, during, and after COVID, helped you out a lot there. But you need to have food. You need to have food in your cupboards, non-perishable stuff, so as prices increase and you don't want to buy or there's supply chain breakdowns or slowdowns, you can be prepared. But you do need emergency food. A tornado, a hurricane, an ice storm. There's many scenarios. What if we had a pandemic where the death rate was 50%? You think you'd want to go to the supermarket? Get emergency food. I happen to believe I have the cheapest on the internet. It's My Patriot Supply. Links in the description below, or go to preparewithis.com. Preparewithis.com. Best deal on the market for food. And guys, this is good for 25 years. You put it in a closet, you literally forget about it. I buy this stuff for myself. My family buys this stuff for myself, my friends, and you should too. It is on sale right now. The prices of this stuff has still not gone up. During the beer flu, I warned, they ran out. Everyone was trying to get it. It's going to happen again. And they're going to, I promise you, they're going to increase prices because nobody can continue to go do what we're doing now and be given the amazing deals you're getting on the stuff. Save yourself, save your family, thank me later. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I believe another way to protect yourself is with physical gold and silver. Remember, like Lynette Zhang says, shields are made with metal, gold and silver, okay? It's anti-inflationary, right? You can lock up equity, your buying power in this. It's anti-inflationary and a flight to safety. It literally preserves your buying power. I keep hardly anything in cash. The only cash I keep, which is paper cash, I don't even like to leave it in the bank, is an emergency fund. So something I need in an emergency, car breaks, I lose my job, whatever. It should be, you should start out with a month of an emergency fund, but it should be anything of 3 to 6 months of what you would need to survive and pay your bills until you could pivot and do something else. That I keep in cash. Anything else I have, if it's not an investment, it's in gold and silver, okay? Now, gold and silver are traditionally not traditional investments, physical. They're hedge against inflation, preserve your buying power. But I do think we're in a time and place where this is going to have an explosive potential, just as investments normally can. While inflation is eating away our dollars, my wealth is safe in gold and silver. Now, since August of 2019, gold back then, just a couple years ago, was $1,537.80. Today it's $1,963.35. Silver was $1,830. Today it's $25.20. Has your pay gone up that much in 2 years? What, 18, 19, 20, $7 an ounce for silver and hundreds for gold? Has your pay increased? And for all those people who say it's not good, doesn't protect your buying power, shout out to JM Bullion for this awesome chart. But look at this. This is 1994 till now, gold chart. Do I need to say more? Silver. That's 1994 to now, even with the highs. Do I need to say more? And shout out to Wealth Research Group. This is in their annual report. They do great ones. But look at this. Central banks are building up their gold reserve. This is central banks building up their gold reserve. Who do you want to follow? The people telling you to dump it all in the stock market or Apple or whatever? Or what the people on the back end are doing, okay? Look at this, a new commodity cycle in the making, okay? Look at this, cup and tea handle formation with gold, okay? So, all I've got to say, folks, is things are crazy. Things are insane, things are unstable, things are unpredictable. And usually in history, when that happens, people believe in this stuff, and this is it in the raw. Gold and silver. You see all this paper currency behind me? Do you know how much that's worth? Nothing. Look at these. 5 billion dollar notes. $1 million notes, is this where we're headed? I don't know. But what I can tell you is this paper stuff, time and time again throughout history, has become literally worthless. Literally not even worth the paper it's printed on. And all this paper cash I have here right now is worth absolutely nothing. Actually, I could sell it on eBay to collectors and stackers and stuff because people like to use it and talk about the history. But as paper currency, it's worth nothing. The only thing that actually is truly worth anything is physical gold and silver. And here's a gold currency. Shout out to Goldbacks. This is actually gold in the currency. Okay, so this is actually a currency that's worth something. Physical gold and silver. I am a true believer. I started this journey in 2016. I've learned a lot. I've done a ton of content with you guys, and I know I've been slow on the content lately, but that's because of my professional life. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been going on a lot of projects, etc., etc. So please forgive me for that, but I have a bunch of content coming. Ladies and gentlemen, please be prepared. Physical gold and silver. Don't ever extend yourself. Don't put it on credit cards. Slowly chip away. Slowly build a stack. Do not trust this stuff. Be prepared. Preparewithis.com. It's going to get worse, guys. It's going to get worse, but there's light out there. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It will get better. It's always darkest before the sun rises. So it will get worse. It's not the end of the world. Prepare. If you haven't prepared, you have time to prepare. Be smart. Don't overextend. And build your kingdom to the sky. Stack it to the sky. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. Sorry if it was a bit crazy, but I felt like I just need to put out a serious video for y'all. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Am I being hyperbolic? Am I exaggerating? Are things not as bad as we think they are? Hey, look at that. Some clad quarter got in there. Are they worse than I said? What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I guess I'll say, catch you on the next. And I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one. All right, cut. Scene 1, take 1 of the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, guys. We're going to make it through. things will get better again. But until that happens, you need to be prepared.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.